Forestry has a skills shortage crisis. It has an ageing workforce and a dearth of young people coming up through the ranks. That's a concern for companies all across the industry, not least Jas P Wilson. As this Dalbeattie-based company celebrates its 60th anniversary with the handing over of responsibility from current MD Billy Wilson to his son, Jim Wilson, this is a challenge that it is setting out to address, at least within its own ranks. Today we've been speaking to Learning and Development Manager Drew Easton, who's taken us on a tour of the facility and told us all about Jas P Wilson's own apprenticeship programme and all that it has so far achieved for the company and the wider industry. Currently, the business has 10 modern apprentices, 4 on the service engineering side and 6 in manufacturing engineering. Typically, these are people who first came to Jas P Wilson on work experience. Apprenticeships normally last 4 years with ongoing training to achieve the national standard in the respective disciplines, normally things like fabrication and welding, machining, final assembly and service engineering. The benefits of having Drew in the Education Centre mean a large proportion of training can be delivered on site.
I think it's allowed the business to develop and grow and embrace technology. I think from all aspects of the business, really, we've been able to utilise what young people bring to the table. So bringing young people in brings a completely new perspective. And there's a huge amount that we actually learn from our apprentices and the way that they're thinking. And a good example is machine control systems. My generation, it tended to look for more mechanical controls, but the younger generation are actually looking at mini levers, fully electronic stabilised control systems, because they're using them all the time and they have done for a number of years. And I think we're because of the proactive approach that the business has actually taken, we have got a younger work staff than the majority of businesses. So it brings a complete refresh and different way of thinking about things. For me, having come from the education sector, there were so many good ideas that were squashed simply because there wasn't funding or there wasn't staff resource and to enable you to actually deliver them. Whereas a good idea is discussed here and a decision is made fairly quickly, we think that's a good idea, yes, let's just do that. And some of the projects we've had with schools have been great. You know, real active, interactive projects with schools, again, not necessarily to raise the profile of the business, but to raise the profile of engineering in general throughout the region. Well, I think realistically, the industry has still got a desperate need for recruiting the right type of people, not necessarily young people. It's certainly becoming an awful lot more technical, so we're needing people that have got that technical desire or technical background. And there's a huge void, and the void's only going to get greater unless there's a plan that will help to address that void. But I don't see it coming in the near future. I'm hoping that we're not going to have a crisis before we have a solution, because there's absolutely no need.